Bonsoir et merci vous rejoindre nous pour cette émission. Au fin trouve l'idée derrière moi, c'est la ferme de All Life Matters, nous dans Bois-Rouge, dans le nord de l'île, liant l'autoroute et que Simé nous stade Anjalé. Donc c'est un petit coin de paradis, nous capable de dire, avec ban de cheval, parmi tant d'autres animaux. Et nous nous ce soir à la découverte justement de la ferme.
Un paradis pour les animaux. Ici, la cohabitation entre les espèces est exceptionnelle. All Life Matters, c'est l'initiative de Moira, une Sud-Africaine installée chez nous. C'est son amour pour les animaux qui l'a poussée à réaliser ce rêve.
The actual NGO All Life Matters Animal Sanctuary was formed in October 2017, but prior to that I had already started with the animals. I've got one horse called September Wind, and September Wind is actually the reason. That's his second name, because years ago I ended up buying a 25% share in this racehorse, and before I knew it, I fell totally in love with September, and he raced for 1 year and then he retired, and then I came to know of many other horses afterwards that all were needing, they'd finished their racing career, and so that's how I started on the horses. In terms of all the dogs and cats, I have previously been very involved with paws, and so for me sterilization and as a sustainable and humane way of managing the population of dogs and cats. So that was how, once I'd formed the NGO, then I said the next thing is definitely to let All Life Matters have its own veterinary service clinic. So that was formed, and I just over the years I just got exposed to different well, people would phone me and say, Moira, we found a rabbit, or Moira, we've got a goat, or Moira, we've got this, or Moira, there's some monkeys. And so that's how I sort of got this menagerie of animals who just live their lives out here.
So it's a love story with the animals, and how many years has it been so in Mauritius up to now?
So about 13 years now, and yes, absolutely it is a love story with the animals. It is, well, at the farm here, it is an absolute, it is my place of paradise. It's where I can come and just relax, and I just to be around such beauty and with the animals. And I must say I'm very, very fortunate. I've got a wonderful, wonderful team of guys who help me, because I do work full-time during the week, but I've got an amazing team who help me here at the farm, and they look after the animals in exactly the same way that I would. They've got such compassion and love for these animals that I'm very, very, very fortunate to have them working with me. So,
what are the animals that you have here on the farm?
Well, it keeps changing, but the majority is, we've got the horses, we've got the pigs, we've got Daisy the cow, we've got Blue the goat, we've got many monkeys up on the hill in the enclosure there. I've got rabbits, I've got ducks, I've got a rooster, I've got a chicken, I've got a tortoise. Now and again I have little flying foxes that we rehabilitate, but yeah, so there's a lot of animals.
It keeps on increasing, and it will keep on increasing, I think.
Absolutely, as long as I can keep doing this, and I mean, look, it does cost a lot of money to actually run a place like this. You have to have people to look after it. The animals, this is a 365 days. I mean, there's no such thing as public holidays. There's no such thing as I don't know, cyclones or anything. The animals have to be looked after, and so it is a massive responsibility. But yeah, none of that would ever make me stop doing any of this.
And as you said, financially, it has implications. How do you manage all this?
Okay. So. First of all, I said I do work Monday to Friday, so that is, I mean, that's really how I started everything. And I do myself contribute about 60% of running the entire sanctuary. but we've got the veterinary clinic that also brings in funds, and then I've got 3 corporate sponsors, and that's Grit, which is the company I work for, another company called Smart Solutions, and then another company called African Risk Transfer, and they give me or they give the NGO monthly contributions that sort of help towards the running of the sanctuary.
Moira, and this question, I mean, horses or any other animal, when you are so close to them, do the animals recognize the scent or the person who's taking care of it?
Absolutely. I mean, you can see, and even if you speak to each of the grooms and stuff, they have all got their favorite horse. I mean, they love them all, but they've definitely got their favorites. And the horses know when Titot or when Nitish or whatever are coming towards them. They actually know who is the specific person that's caring for them. I mean, I'm very fortunate that most of the animals just know me. I think they know me as, because I'm one of those feeders, so I feed everything. So when the rabbits see me, they know they're going to get food. When the monkeys see me, they know that they're going to get food. But absolutely, all these animals know who is looking after them.
You have the horses and other animals free here. They walk everywhere and they seem to be very happy. I think this also helps them to be in a good condition.
Yes, absolutely. So one of my biggest aims, and especially with the horses, was for these horses to know what it's like to be a horse again. You know, in a herd and just free, not always in a box with their 4 walls. So here at any one stage I can have like 26 horses all living together, moving around in a herd, doing what they naturally do. And it absolutely helps to just relax them in their minds, and yeah, it's just overall mental wellness for them.
You're actually in full capacity here concerning horses, or
Yes.
still places left?
No, at the full capacity. It's unfortunate once in a while I do lose a horse, and within no time at all I get that box filled up, because there are always horses that are needing to be saved. You know, with the races, obviously horses come to the end of their racing career, and so if I do have a space, I will always take on another horse.
And I guess you are thrilled with whatever has happened till now here on the farm.
Oh yes, absolutely. As I said, I come here Saturdays and Sundays, and whenever I get free time, I'm here. I'm very proud of the farm, and I'm very proud of the people who work here with me at the farm, and just everything that we have achieved. And when I'm talking about the farm, I'm including the veterinary clinic, because together the two go hand in hand. I mean, it's all to do with looking after the animals, and these animals have got a right to be living here too, and to let them live their lives out is something very, very special for me, and to give them as much of their freedom that they can have.
On y retrouve plusieurs chevaux. Ils sont laissés libres dans la nature. Ces anciens coursiers vivent pleinement leur retraite. Nous croisons 2 anciens champions du TOF, Diamond Light et World Focus. Ils sont pris en charge par Sylvia Neles et Aksai Soukou, respectivement.
On a pris un cheval tout simple qui n'avait jamais rien fait en Afrique du Sud, puis qui a commencé ses courses à Maurice, et on espérait simplement ne pas avoir un cheval trop mauvais. Et on n'y connaissait pas moi j'y connaissais pas grand chose, mon mari était déjà dans les courses depuis longtemps. Et puis voilà, il nous a porté, il a progressé au fur et à mesure, il a évolué, et il nous a porté. On l'a suivi, on l'a supporté, on a été enthousiastes, mais voilà, on est parti sur un nuage parce qu'on ne pensait pas qu'il arriverait à ce niveau-là. C'était vraiment impressionnant.
Vous êtes une personne amoureuse des animaux, non seulement du cheval. Parlez-nous de ce côté-là, justement, cet attachement avec les animaux.
Ben, j'ai toujours grandi avec des animaux. Mes parents ont toujours eu des chats, des chiens, depuis qu'on était enfant avec mon frère. Et en fait, j'ai continué, même après étudiante, j'avais des chats chez moi. Et puis quand je suis arrivée à Maurice, ça a continué. Donc j'ai à peu près une dizaine de chats. J'ai eu jusqu'à 5 chiens à la maison aussi, 2 grosses tortues. Et puis bon, le cheval, c'était évident aussi. J'étais déjà proche des chevaux en France, mais pas, enfin faisant un peu de montée, mais sans plus. Un peu dans les centres équestres, mais sans plus. C'était plus passer du temps avec les animaux, avec les chevaux, avec les chats, les chiens. Voilà, être entouré tout le temps. Et c'est vrai que c'est un bonheur. Hein. C'est vraiment appréciable. Voilà, mais bon, c'est une aventure, les animaux.
Alors, vous êtes propriétaire toujours de Ferme. L'après-carrière du cheval, vous l'avez placé ici, où nous nous trouvons, à la Lisa. Donc, racontez-nous cette décision de continuer à garder ce cheval et en une si bonne condition.
Bah écoutez, de toute manière, ça me paraissait évident à partir du moment où on a un animal, que ce soit un cheval, un chat, un chien, de l'assumer jusqu'au bout de sa vie. Et donc forcément, comme j'ai pris ces chevaux de course, il n'était pas envisageable de les euthanasier après les courses. Donc j'avais déjà prévu leur retraite. J'avais fait 1 an avant qu'ils partent à la retraite, j'avais déjà fait des tours de centres équestres. J'étais déjà allée voir les conditions, les tarifs et tout ça. Et je m'étais pris à l'avance parce que je savais très bien que à Maurice, tous les chevaux de course pratiquement finissent dans des centres. Et donc c'est très dur d'avoir une place. Donc j'avais la chance de connaître Moira, mais qui n'avait pas encore fondé son centre ici même. Donc qui avait déjà quelques chevaux pour elle. Et qui m'a dit, mais t'inquiète pas Sylviane, il y aura une place pour Damon Light. Voilà. Et donc quand elle a fait le centre, je suis venue voir et les choses se sont mises en place. Et bien sûr, Damon est arrivé ici pour son plus grand bonheur, puisqu'il a été enfin lâché, mis en liberté tous les jours. Et puis avec d'autres chevaux, être en troupeau, avoir une vraie vie de cheval, voilà, tout simplement. Donc j'avoue qu'on ne le monte pas beaucoup. Je suis pas une fan. Mais j'aime venir le voir, passer du temps avec lui et puis qu'il ait une vraie retraite parce qu'il a énormément donné. Mais j'avais un autre cheval qui s'appelait Renston qui a gagné une seule course aussi et qui est venu aussi ici. Voilà. Donc qu'il soit des champions ou qu'il ne le soit pas, de toute manière la suite était évidente, c'était de venir à la retraite dans un centre et de ne pas travailler surtout. Voilà, enfin de travailler juste pour le maintien de la forme du cheval, mais qu'il ait sa propre vie maintenant, voilà, avec ses congénères, tout simplement.
Vous encouragerez, vous, par exemple, les autres propriétaires de chevaux de course
oui.
à penser, quand ils achètent un cheval, à la retraite justement de ce même
il faut y penser. Malheureusement, je trouve qu'à Maurice, les propriétaires de chevaux n'y pensent pas assez. Et je voudrais vraiment les inciter, les encourager à se rapprocher de leurs chevaux, à essayer de les connaître un peu mieux, même aux courses, parce que beaucoup les voient courir, mais finalement ne passent pas beaucoup de temps à aller les voir dans l'écurie. Et je trouve que c'est dommage, ils passent à côté de quelque chose. Ils ont la chance de pouvoir s'acheter des chevaux, et c'est pas donné à tout le monde. Donc essayez d'aller un peu plus loin dans votre relationnel avec votre cheval, parce qu'il va vous faire découvrir beaucoup de choses et ils sont très intéressants à observer aussi. Donc prévoyez aussi, mettez un peu de sous de côté pour pouvoir leur payer cette retraite et voilà, je pense que c'est la moindre des choses.
Ce côté budget, avoir un cheval même à la retraite, ça a un coût certainement. Oui, bien sûr, ça a un coût, puisque bien sûr, il y a son logement avec sa nourriture, mais après il y a tous les frais qui vont en plus. C'est-à-dire les fers, il peut y avoir des problèmes aussi médicaux, donc des piqûres, des pommades, enfin il y a des tas de choses qui vont se rajouter. Donc c'est certes, c'est un budget, mais dites-vous une chose, c'est que c'est quand même beaucoup moins cher qu'en Europe. Donc, et que vous avez la chance d'avoir un pur sang pour vous et d'aller le voir quand vous voulez et de le monter si on peut encore le monter. Et donc voilà, c'est quand même, ça en vaut la peine, moi je trouve. Finalement, si c'est bien planifié, si c'est bien calculé dès le départ, même au niveau du budget, c'est tout à fait faisable. C'est tout à fait faisable, c'est pas non plus hors de prix. Et puis voilà, ça vous fera passer des bons moments avec votre animal et ça c'est vraiment très important. Puis de les connaître un peu plus.
Parce que les choses, les courses c'est une chose, mais il y a quand même une vie après qu'il ne faut pas oublier. Et voilà quoi, c'est que du bonheur.
Vous êtes aujourd'hui loin des courses, loin du champ de Mars. Là, vous vivez vraiment l'amour avec un cheval.
Je suis partie avec lui. Il est parti à la retraite, j'ai quitté les courses avec lui. Bon, je reste toujours membre, bien sûr. Je suis de loin. Mais voilà, j'ai aussi... je suis partie dans autre chose, voilà.
Aksai, où est le focus qui est à vos côtés, qui l'a arrivé?
Et là, il arrive 25 ans. Et ça, il a gagné 26 ans. Et sur 26 ans, quand on oublie, il y a encore une jolie forme. Le peine a beaucoup, c'est pas maintenir une forme.
Donc 26 ans, c'est un ancien champion. Comment vous récupérez lui?
Et mon récupéré lui à travers Mélanie Pedro, quand Mélanie Pedro qui nous occupe ce cheval-là pendant longtemps. Et comme on a rencontré Mélanie Pedro, chanter Caisse de la Lusa. Et c'est là-bas quand il amène Ball Focus. Et on a toujours donné coup de main, on occupe lui. Et comme on disons, occupe lui pendant au moins 5 ans, 6 ans, ensemble avec Mélanie Pedro. Et Mélanie Pedro nous demande qu'il est capable d'occuper, il demande responsabilité. De temps en temps, ici, il donne un coup de main. Et après, ça nous continue comme ça pendant toute l'année. Et ça fait, disons, presque 11 ans, puis à l'autre 12 ans.
Quel a été cheval il était, mais tu vois, il y a encore une sauvé.
Hormis beaucoup de chevaux qui m'ont trouvé, Wall Focus est vraiment différent comparé. Il est bien intelligent et mentalement il est bien pro, il passe par beaucoup d'épreuves difficiles aussi. Peut-être qu'il a un blessé assez grave, une maladie, mais il y a un cheval qui passe beaucoup d'épreuves, de bonnes épreuves et des épreuves assez difficiles, mais pour moi, il est vraiment beaucoup intelligent parce que quand on a un jeune cheval et que quand on a un cheval qui Wall Focus, un cheval de 26 ans, il est beaucoup plus mature. Et nous pouvons apprendre beaucoup à travers un cheval comme ça. Ouais.
Comment il passé à entretenir un cheval à la retraite pour vous, l'expérience?
Pour entretenir un cheval à la retraite, il est complètement différent quand on peut occuper un cheval de course. Parce qu'un cheval à la retraite, on a besoin de suivre des prêts, donner toute son occupation parce qu'il y a parfois beaucoup de petits pépins. Et on a besoin, disons, créer une relation. On a besoin de compter sur ce niveau-là. Pour qu'il bien donner tout ce soin possible. Parce que vous avez passé plus beaucoup le temps et comprendre ce cheval là même. Et ce cheval là aussi, vous avez comprendre où et voilà. Vous pensez, pour occuper un cheval, il demande beaucoup plus de temps et besoin dans l'amour.
Tous les jours, vous êtes là?
Oui, tous les jours. Ouais. Tous les jours, qu'il y ait week-end, qu'il y ait congé public, la semaine, tout ça. Mais il y a un lait à côté de moi, besoin. Ouais.
Donc, rappelle-nous, depuis combien d'années vous pouvez occuper ici?
Et la elle fait 5 ans. Et au Life Matters, ça fait 5 ans. Et ça va continuer depuis qu'il est là.
S'occuper de ces animaux, surtout de tous ces chevaux, ça demande beaucoup de travail et une bonne équipe. La journée débute très tôt le matin et se termine à la tombée de la nuit, 7 jours sur 7.
Si vous commencez aussi, dis-nous, depuis combien de temps vous travaillez ici?
Mon travail là, depuis nous verrons, il y a 8 ans là.
Quel rôle ici?
Mon rôle, c'est nous m'occupe sa femme là. Il a ses cheval, nous avons plusieurs animaux et nous nous occupons d'eux.
Donc, qui vous fait un petit tous les jours, raconte-nous la journée ici, comment elle est passée?
Tous les jours, quand nous venons, nous faisons travailler nos cheval, nous vendons des animaux là. Et il y a plusieurs gens qui travaillent avec moi, il y a près 10 gens. Chacun a une responsabilité. Et ça qui occupe Zako, il occupe Zako, ça qui occupe ça, d'autres occupent ça. Et nous travaillons nos cheval tous les jours grand matin. Et après nous loguons nos cheval en liberté.
Donc, ban cheval qui commence à traverser l'autoroute, je trouve, dans le bois à côté ici, il appartenir à centre que nous retrouvons.
Nous avons un paddock bien grand. Et ces is-là, ici, qui est au Life Matters, qui nous loguent nos cheval en liberté, c'est ça qui va nous trouver là aussi, nos cheval en liberté tous les jours.
Quelle est je travaille ici?
Nous travaillons, nous commençons 6h, nous commençons jusqu'à 11h. Nous loguons nos cheval 6h, si les cheval qui vous travaillent, nous travaillons autres. Nous avons une petite piste derrière là. Nous travaillons autres, pas grand travail, un petit travail juste pour garder autres formes. Et après nous loguons nos cheval en liberté et il y a un lien qui nous ramasse autres pour donner autres manger et que nous reposons un petit peu. Tantôt nous reloguons autres désir jusqu'à 6h, les cheval reste en liberté.
Nous trouvons une affaire ici, ban cheval là par exemple, quand on ouvert pas d'og, je rentré, ça qu'un con de box. Et tout le temps, ils finissent comme ça?
Non, pas tout le temps qu'il est comme ça. Il y a des cheval qui sont fake vidi. Nous pas leurs autres, quoi dire 3 états, de loguer doucement, quoi dire, temps, demi-temps, nous faisons habituer à les autres cheval. Après, là, nous montrons les autres, nous mettons Nicole, nous montrons les autres côtes de box c'était. Une semaine, nous faisons comme ça. Mais après, c'est pas là fini connaît qui côtes de box c'était.
Qui est cheval ici? Raconte-nous un peu, dis-nous autres noms.
Et ici, en tout, nous avons 29 cheval. Nous avons un peu de cheval, comme nous avons Trackmaster. Nous avons Data Controller, Variational. Nous avons Line of Sign. Nous avons The Great One, Wall Focus et Captain Chia. Et dans l'autre écurie là-bas, nous avons Red Tractor, Diamond Light, Speed Limit, I Am What I Am, Parachute Man. Nous avons King Tooth, nous avons Speed Limit et Ocean Drive South, How Many to One. Nous avons Twix the Wind et Faria. Et dans l'écurie là-haut, nous avons September Wind, Pilot Mike. Nous avons Copper Force. Et nous avons Line of, nous avons Tough Stuff. Et nous avons Fleeting Moment avec Zero Model.
Donc il y a beaucoup de
cheval.
cheval.
Nous avons un petit poney appelé Sunny Boy.
Difficile pour occuper ces animaux-là, ces chevals-là. Comment se plane tous les jours?
Oui, mais chacun, nous avons un palfonnier qui nous plane, quoi dire, chacun occupe 4 chevals. Nous avons chaque palfonnier nous donne 4 chevals pour responsable. Quoi dire, 4 chevals, c'est facile et puis il n'est pas difficile pour occuper les autres. Et le palfonnier là occupe 2 chevals bien. Et là, tout le palfonnier a 4 chevals. Après, nous avons un rider qui monte. Un apprenti qui peut en prendre. C'est le là qui donne un coup de main pour travailler avec le cheval.
Et à soir, il y en a quelqu'un qui veillait, qui guettait, qui est tout correct?
Oui, à soir, nous avons un gardien. Nous avons un gardien qui veillait. Pas même gardien, nous avons des gardiens. Chaque jour, un gardien aujourd'hui, l'endemain, un autre. Mais ils font du travail bien et beaucoup de cheval sont coliques, là, nous résistons aux autres là.
Avant de terminer ce tournage ce samedi-là, c'est la vache Daisy qui vient nous dire au revoir. Cette dernière semble particulièrement curieuse en voyant notre équipe.
Well, my name is Peter Kraus. I'm from Czech Republic and I've been riding bike trials since I was a little kid. It's basically riding over obstacles on the bicycle. You can find any kind of obstacles in the nature or man-made obstacles. And actually the competition is about to jump over things, ride over things, and not to put your feet on the ground. That's a mistake, actually. So you need to be clear and perfect, riding. You got a couple of sections, like 20, 30 sections in a competition, and you try to be the best, not too crash, of course. This sport is very specific and very creative, I would say. After racing competition career, I actually decided to do more freestyle tricks, put more freestyle tricks into it, and that gives you the opportunity to go and do this sport and film videos in the cities, in the nature. So it's very creative for kids. You can show them that it's not about competing only. You can just ride at the streets, have fun, be the most creative kid, and you can compete. Okay, who's gonna make this trick and that trick? So it's very similar to BMX also. So you can combine BMX, but you don't need to have a BMX bike. So it's very good for the kids, for the beginning, for learning the balance. So I was trying to promote the sport this way and motivate the youngs to do sports. Well, in the beginning it was just about competing, so we were training really hard, and we are still training, but not like that you have to win the competitions. Now we are more about keeping fit and doing what we like to do. But in the beginning there were no internet, no YouTubes, no videos, no extreme videos, so we were the pioneers to bring these extreme tricks into normal mountain biking and show the world, look what you can do on your bike. And so it's been 15 years that I was competing seriously. I won the world championship in the junior class, then in the pro, and then we actually switched to mountain bikes and started riding trials on the mountain bikes, which was completely new discipline. People loved it, and I managed to be 3 times second in the world. And then I finally won the world championships on the mountain bike as well. So for me, what I really am happy about it, I won on many different categories, you know, on different bikes too. And I was also one of the first guys who started filming extreme videos. It came from practicing, because when you practice you can do whatever you want, right? You can find any tricks that you would never use in the competition, but you like it. So what can you do? Just film it, okay? And when the cameras started being better and smaller, we started using them more and more, and we cut and set up nice videos, which, you know, for us it was not so extreme, but for the world of mountain biking that just began, it was just something amazing. So that made me pretty famous around the world, especially thanks to Red Bull, because when I joined Red Bull, they gave me the freedom to do whatever I want, to travel around the world. We did also a lot of live shows, and so that's why actually I'm here, still doing this after so many years. Basically, it's the performance of it. It's an everyday routine, everyday finding a new way how to be ahead of other riders. In this sport, it's not the same thing. Like, it's not like skiing or doing the same thing every day. It's more like creating new moves, new tricks to get higher and higher on higher obstacles. So the sport was just growing, and you have to think it's not about copying other riders. You have to think how to be ahead of them. You know, what can you learn better than others? And that kept me going, and I really loved it. Also, the progress of, you go to practice, and after 1 hour you start realizing, okay, today's the day. We can move the limits a little bit, and you go over the limits, or you do something very dangerous, and you manage to make it. And then, you know, it comes down again, you relax, and the next day you try again, and sometimes it doesn't work. But you're like thinking, what's wrong, you know, what should I do better? And these things, like thinking about your body and your mind and the limits, and you know, that's something that keeps you going, and especially when you can compare it with other guys. You go to competitions afterwards, and then you can compare it. What do you learn? What is actually the trick to be the best? Also, in this sport, definitely it's a physical point of view. You need to be very athletic, you know. Of course, when you are 20, it's easier, and now we are just kind of enjoying the credit from the past. But from my point of view, I prefer the competing part. When I remember, because I was living super healthy, super trained, and the motivation was just one, to be the best in the world, you know, and that's something that keeps you going. To be best on the globe is just amazing feeling, and later on, when you know it's not physically possible anymore, it's more about having fun and showing people that you can do mountain biking. Even, I'm 46 and I motivate people who are 50, 40 years old. They think it's over. The sport is over. You can't do it anymore. It's not true. It's all about your mind. If you keep practicing, you can do it a long time. I know BMXers, they do backflips when they're 60. Like Dennis McCoy from US, and so these guys are amazing. And also Jaromir Jagr, ice hockey player. He's still playing. He just turned 50. He's still playing ice hockey. Unbelievable. So this is a motivation for me, and I try to motivate the others. I found lots of techniques, because when you are young you can copy the older, then you get better, then you beat them, then there is nobody else you can copy because you realize, oh, I'm one of the top guys in the world. So you have to find what you can do. And yeah, I did a couple of techniques, couple of moves, and also found a lot of techniques how to practice my body to be the best. And that's what is still going in these days. Like, I'm still able to travel, and Red Bull actually gave me the chance to work together in '96. It's been 27th season with this company, and the main reason why we got together was, okay, we got the same visions to entertain people, show them that impossible things are possible, and power and concentration is the thing that keeps us, like really being the best. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm really happy that it's still going like this. I think one of the best motivation riders was actually from moto trials. It was Jordi Torres. Jordi Torres is a former world champion many times actually, and he's running his company for motorcycles. So he was one of the best. I remember I was practicing hard in the hot weather, sweating, wearing helmet always, and I was thinking, I want to be world champion like him. I don't care if I lose my hair or because of the helmet, or I didn't care. So it was one of the guys. And then of course there was more and more sportsmen. I like the athletic guys, the runners, and so it's good to watch sports and to see the athletic part of the sport. And also later on, when you're kind of losing this motivation to be the best in the world, you have to find different. And that's, for example, for me it was finding new sports, combining my skills with on a different type of mountain bikes. I went racing 2 years downhill. I went 4-cross racing, when 4 guys go together the same course. Then I switched to BMX freestyle. So I spent a lot of times in the BMX parks, doing backflips, tail whips, all kinds of freestyle tricks that I never done before. And that happened when I was 30, when the BMXers usually don't ride anymore. But I fell in love with BMX parks, with the moves flying in the air, and started learning completely different discipline. And I was actually competing in BMX as well for 6 years. So these kind of changes from one discipline to another is one thing that keeps you going for so many years. If you do one discipline all the time, you will get bored. After 10 years, you are done. You have maybe not if you have good friends around, but if you feel like it's not so much fun anymore, just do something a little bit different. Like if you're a football player, okay, just do a little bit more freestyle football, or just play with a different ball, like to have something a little bit different. And for me now, at the moment is the motor trials, because motor trials opened a new door for me to practice. It's got the power, it's got the engine, and suddenly I can do a lot of uphills, a little bit enduro style in the mountains, so, and it keeps me doing the same moves like on the bicycle. And suddenly I don't need to get the speed only like downhill and pedal. Suddenly I can get the speed anywhere. So it opened a new door for me. So it's trials, but not on a bicycle. So these things keep you going for a long, long time.
So you just want to challenge yourself?
Absolutely. That's what I like. Also, I get a lot of respect from the riders around the world because of this. I was switching from BMX, onto motorbike, downhill bike, so many different disciplines. So you have to kind of get the nice, sensitive feelings for brakes, handlebars, suspension, everything is a little bit different. So I always loved it. I loved it. And also one thing that I was working on was my speed of riding and style. Like in the competitions before, it wasn't about speed, right? It was about the difficulty of the terrain. But I was trying to ride as fast as possible to just for the spectators, that they can watch it, they can enjoy it better, And already during the competitions, I was thinking about the spectators, that they will like it better if I go fast, jumping one, So, and that naturally turned into doing good shows for them as well. So we did shows live, and people, suddenly there was big crowd, people loved it, so it kept me going as well. Especially when you see you do it for people, but then you have those kids who are so excited. I came back to some of the Central America or South American countries after 7-8 years, and those kids who saw me before, they came to me and said, "Hey Peter, because of you we started riding bicycles." Isn't it amazing, to motivate kids like this? So this was one of the part of my career, and I realized, even if I don't have fun doing the shows anymore, these feelings and these eyes of kids just, kept me going.
Did you have any accident during your experience career?
Of course, as Brian said, it's a part of the game. And I had a couple of broken bones, but mainly from doing something different. Like I broke my collarbone during deer jumps. High speed, a little bit over counting, and it was done. But it's part of the game. It shouldn't stop you. You have to heal, and during the time you are thinking, what did you do wrong? Maybe you should, push a little bit less. And this time when you are healing your injury, it helps for your mind. You find a different, views of your own life.
It's not recommended for an amateur to do the great stunts that you do. It demands many experience, isn't it?
Of course, yeah. You have to go step by step, not to go too much over limit. You have to go just a little bit when you feel this is the right day. You feel comfortable. You feel, sure. You have to go step by step, really. Most of the riders who just watch the video and go, it doesn't end up very well. So trials is about controlling the bike, so you have to be under, you have to have your bike under control, I would say. So go step by step. If you are not sure about this jump, about the distance that you can make it, maybe wait a little bit. You can make it in a few months. Just keep going, keep thinking about it. And then you make it, and you will be more happy, because that's the thing that's actually the thinking and measuring and practicing. That's the thing that you are actually working on to get this target. But if you just think, okay, put your brain out of your head, lose your brakes and go, you're never gonna make it. You might make it once, twice, but the crash is coming. The crash is waiting for you. You know, 7 years ago we went here with BMX star Senna Grosic. We did live shows. This time I was expecting that we're gonna do some shows, but because of COVID we obviously couldn't. And that gave us the chance to 100% concentrate on making a short edit video about riding with Brian in Mauritius. Thanks Brian that he invited me here. Thanks Fabrice from local Red Bull that they got this idea to make this project, man versus machine, okay? Sounds great, and we already did a few shows in Qatar and other countries together with Brian. So this time, finally, we have more possibility to do just video. Of course, the weather was against. It was so much raining here, so much humid air, which made it very complicated. In some of the areas, pretty slippery too. But I think we were doing some good stuff, and we were concentrated on high quality, nice quality shots instead of making a lot of shots and long video. Today it's not about the length of the video, it's about how you enjoy it, and as you said, the vision from the rider and stuff like that. So let's see. I hope people will enjoy it around the world. Just keep going, never give up. You must have fun. You must have fun, you have to enjoy it. It's good if you are more guys together, like if you are 2-3 riders, it's always better fun. And yeah, just go step by step and just live your life. And if you think there's something interesting that you can already do, just don't even think about it, film it, put it on the net, just promote yourself. Look what I'm doing, maybe you find a partner here who's gonna do the same sport, so just go for it.